Hello, Curious. Okay, I'm sure that every single person watching this video will know who Borat is, and if you have not seen the movie, you've at least heard of it or seen some clips. The mockumentary film created by actor Sacha Baron Cohen that was released in 2006 has become a hit almost instantly, and not only that, it has also helped to boost tourism in Kazakhstan. But of course, it also brought several controversies along with it, and some that we will look at today. But all those years after the film's release, there was one thing that the fans did not expect, and that was for the film to confirm a sequel. And now that the movie is dropped on Amazon Prime, what do we know about the film? Are there any controversies surrounding this one as well? How has the film caused trouble for Rudy Giuliani? Stay with me to find out all about it, but before we continue, don't forget to hit the bell and the subscription buttons so you don't miss any of our videos. For those who might have been living under a rock over the past decade and a bit, the movie is about a character named Borat Subsequent, who is a fictitious Kazakh journalist who travels to the United States to make a documentary which features real-life interactions with Americans. Much of the film was actually unscripted, and it involved a character interviewing and interacting with real-life Americans who believed that he was a foreigner with little to no understanding of American culture. And if you manage to fool people that much, you truly know you are a good actor. Right after the release of the first movie, it received widespread critical acclaim. Upon its release on website Rotten Tomatoes, it had a score of 91%, which was based on reviews from 220 critics, and the average rating that they had given it was 8.01 to 10, and they described it as being part of satire and part shockumentary, and that it was good for being offensive in the funniest way possible. Though of course, the funny parts of the movie also come with a little bit of controversies, which we'll talk about now. One of the things that Sacha Baron was accused of after the film premiered was being responsible for Dharma Arthur losing her job as a news producer at WAPT in Jackson, Mississippi. In one of the scenes from the movie, Cohen, who was obviously posing as the Kazakh news correspondent, wreaked havoc on the air with the anchorman Brad McCullen and the weatherman Ken Johnson. He would make inappropriate jokes and comments, and when McCullen had had enough and cut the segment short, Borat then went to disturb Johnson's live weather report. And in a letter written to Newsweek, Dharma had said that because of that incident, her boss had lost faith in her and her abilities and would second-guess everything that she did afterwards. Despite originally claiming that she was fired, in the end she told the Associated Press that she resigned from the station, and because of all that happened, she was suffering from depression and had serious debt issues. And speaking about Cohen, she said, "How upsetting that a man who leaves so much harm in his path is applauded as a comedic genius." And if there's anyone else who knows what it's like to be made look like a fool during the making of the movie, it would definitely be the villagers of Kazakhstan in Romania. The scenes that were supposedly filmed in Kazakhstan, in the village where Borat came from, were actually filmed in Romania. The villagers took legal actions against the producers. They had a claim that they were lied to about the nature of what was being filmed. Some even said that they were only paid 3 lei, which is about $1.28 in 2004, and others said that they got paid $70 and $100 each. They had asked for $38 million in damages. They filed 2 lawsuits, one in 2006 and another one again in 2008, both of which were dismissed because the complaints were too vague, and the second time due to the fact that there was not enough evidence. In 2008, the BBC aired a documentary series titled When Borat Came to Town, where they visited the village and spoke with the people there. In one of the scenes, a group of people sitting at a bar while the trailer for the movie is played on TV, with one person saying that he lied to them and another that he filmed them all wrong. As the scene continued, the people present got more angry, with one person even saying Borat should be locked up. As the documentary went on, the crew walked around the village, and they were met with angry villagers who were shouting at them to stop filming and leave. Clearly, the experience they previously had left them untrusting of people who wanted to film their small town. The list of people that tried to sue the producers is long, and we could make a whole separate video on just that. However, other notable people were 2 fraternity brothers, Justin Say and Christopher Rotunda, who were shown in the movie getting intoxicated with the actor as well as making derogatory comments. Once the movie was released, they sued the producers for defamation, having claimed that they have been told that it wouldn't premiere in the US and that they have been tricked. Their case was dismissed in 2007. The duo even tried to stop the film from premiering on DVD, but that was all also denied. I've already mentioned that despite filming in the Romanian village, the character of Borat is said to be from Kazakhstan, so how did the people of the country react to it? Well, at first, the government denounced the movie, and in 2005, after Cohen's appearance at the MTV Movie Awards, the country's foreign ministry threatened to sue the actor. Following that, the country also launched a multi-million-dollar campaign called Heart of Eurasia, which aimed to counter the effect of the movie. Sacha replied to it by denouncing it in a character press conference in front of the White House, and during it, he labeled it as propaganda of evil nitwits of Uzbekistan. Gemini Films, which is the Central Asian distributor for the 20th Century Fox at the request of the Kazakh government, did not release the film, though it was that year that the country's ambassador Erlan Idrisov had watched the film and called parts of it funny, and had even agreed that it had helped place Kazakhstan on the map. In 2012, Yerzhan Kazakhanov, who was the foreign minister, announced the rise of tourism in the country. Their visa issuing rising 10 times was attributed to the film, and said that he was even grateful for Borat for helping attract tourists to Kazakhstan. Well, it seems that all's well that ends well. In 2012, the popularity of the movie also led to a mix-up at a sporting event. In the movie, there's a parody of the Kazakh national team, the lyrics of which claim it's the greatest country in the world, as well as stating that it is acclaimed for its high-quality potassium exports. I mean, what else would you expect from the movie? Well, the issue is that the parody was played at the Emir of the Kuwait International Shooting Grand Prix. The gold medalist, whose name is Maria Dmitrienko, stood at the podium throughout the entire duration of the anthem. The team, of course, complied, and the ceremony was restaged. It's kind of impressive that she stayed on the podium through it all. What would you have done if you were in her place? But while there's so much that we can say about the controversies surrounding the first movie, let us talk about the sequel. Borat Subsequent Moviefilm had only been announced in September of this year, and it has now been released on Amazon Prime on October 23rd. There were some village scenes filmed to show Borat's native Kazakhstan, and once again, these were filmed in Romania, though this time in a different village. It's clear to see that he would not have been welcomed back in Glad. The plot of the movie, of course, revolves around Borat, as well as his daughter Tutar, who is played by Maria Bakalova, who he plans to offer as a bride to Vice President Mike Pence. However, once his plan is foiled, he opts to give her to someone who is still close to Trump, and that is where Rudy Giuliani comes in. Former New York City mayor and personal lawyer to Donald Trump has recently come under fire for his actions in the movie. In one of the scenes, after an interview in the movie, when the actress takes off his microphone, he first asks her for her phone number and address, and then he's seen putting his hand into his trousers in front of Maria, who is impersonating a journalist. And at the moment, Baron Cohen bursts into the room in character and says, "She's 15, she too old for you." Giuliani himself also spoke out about this. He took to his Twitter to try and clear his name and alleged that the reason his hand was in his trouser was because he was tucking in his shirt. He added that at no time was he inappropriate, and if Cohen says otherwise, he's a stone-cold liar. In 2 following tweets, he claimed that once he realized he's being framed, he notified the police, as well as claimed that this was an effort to blunt his relentless exposure to the criminality and depravity of Joe Biden and his family. And of course, Donald Trump has spoken out about this. The comments reportedly were made during a chat on a range of different topics with the White House press corps on Air Force One. Obviously, during the talk, he was asked about his thoughts on the movie and the criticism of Giuliani. The president responded by saying, "I don't know what happened, but years ago, he tried to scam me, and I was the only one who said no way. That's a phony guy, and I don't find him funny. To me, he's a creep." Ouch. So you can tell me that Trump is not a very big fan of Sacha Baron Cohen. When he talked about his attempt to scam him, he was referring to his appearance on the Ali G show back in 2003. And would it be a Borat movie without a lawsuit? The one for the sequel came from the estate of the Holocaust survivor Judith Dim Evans, who is suing the producers and Amazon Studios to have her appearance removed from the film. The suit claims that Evans was interviewed under false pretenses and that the film mocks the Holocaust and Jewish culture. Judith passed away before the film was released, and her heirs are also alleging that she did not consent to the commercial use of her likeness. So curious, have you seen the original movie or the sequel? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that all those lawsuits should have actually gone through and have not been denied? What other movies have you seen that Sacha Baron Cohen is in? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.